if they can sustain this level of play by the playoffs. So if this serves as a wake-up call, if this means that they have certain things that they need to work on, there's enough football left going forward that they can, and that they didn't get hot at the wrong time, they didn't peak too soon, then if anything, if it can do anything for the team, it can actually wind up helping the Saints.
I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is because I think a loss like this, A, is going to cost them home field advantage, and they're obviously compromised when they're on the road to a stronger degree than when they're at home, number one. Number two, I don't like the fact that the Dallas Cowboys gave an ingredients to a team like the Los Angeles Rams on how to beat these guys. Now, obviously, they lost to the Saints when they played earlier, 45-35 in New Orleans. We get that. But when I think about the pressure from the front seven of the Dallas Cowboys and the way they were in Drew Brees' face for most of the night, I'm thinking along the lines of a Los Angeles Rams team with the best defensive player in football in Aaron Donald. I'm thinking about Fowler coming from the edge along with Brockers and others. And I'm saying to myself, excuse me, they employ the kind of strategy that the Dallas Cowboys employed last night. Then Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints could be in trouble. Now, certainly against the Cowboys, it wouldn't happen again because Drew Brees would figure something out. And obviously the Dallas Cowboys, with their 13-point scoring self, wouldn't be able to do but so much. But a team like the Los Angeles Rams that can put up points in bunches with Goff, Gurley, and the crew, obviously if you've got a defense that can figure Drew Brees out somewhat, then that's a problem. And I think that that's what I saw the Dallas Cowboys do last night. Not that it's going to serve the Dallas Cowboys well when it really, really counts, but it will serve a team like the Los Angeles Rams well, and to a lesser degree the Chicago Bears, which is something that I'm obviously concerned about.
Yeah, I think it helps the Saints, quite honestly, because, look, I think from the offensive side of the football, what it makes them do now is it makes them go back to the drawing board and, like, maybe look at a couple things. Number one, how did this team make, besides the fact that they have got tremendous pressure on us up the middle, which is something that you just don't see people do to the New Orleans Saints very often. You have to attribute a little bit of that to the fact that right now, America's starting to find out the Dallas Cowboys front seven is legit. You can sit here and you can bash the Cowboys all you want. They've got some tremendous, tremendous game-changing type of players in their front seven. I think the thing that they're going to do, though, as far as how they reevaluate their offense, is how do we create when people really take Michael Thomas away from us? When people really get up on our guys and challenge them, now how do we go back to the drawing board? Now how, as a play caller, meaning Sean Payton, how do I go back and kind of get our guys open to the degree that it makes it a little bit easier for Drew, and we don't have, we're not going to always have people just running wide open. So I think he's going to go back from a schematic standpoint and go, have teams caught on to a little bit of what I'm doing? Do I need to be even a little bit more creative? Because the truth of the matter is this, outside of Michael Thomas, they don't have elite playmakers on the perimeter. That's why they went out and got Des Bryant. That's why they tried to get him. So they foresaw some of these things coming down the road. And if you come down on Michael Thomas and take him away, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen if you got two, like, speedy, big, fast, strong, physical linebackers who aren't afraid of Alvin Kamara, who aren't afraid of Mark Ingram? That becomes a little bit of a problem for them. So I think some self-scouting is going to happen.
Which are those teams?
But it's good for them.
Lewis, who are the speedy linebackers? Who are the teams with the speedy linebackers?
There's another team. There's another team that can match up very well with this football team, and that's the Chicago Bears. Right. And we're going to see that matchup next week when they play the Rams. The Rams' defense can't match up with the Saints' offense. They're just not good enough. On the second and third level, I mean. Up front, they can rush the passer, and you saw that in the first game, although they did a great job of protecting Drew in that game. But their linebackers aren't nearly as good as Dallas's linebackers, and the Rams' linebackers aren't nearly as good as Chicago Bears' linebackers. The Rams have to outscore you, period. Simple as that.
Louis, were they exposed last night? Were teams aware of this going into this game?
Yeah, I think, let's just, if we just kind of back it out and make it a little bit more bigger picture, Molly, I think what the Dallas Cowboys showed last night is no matter what offense you're going up against, whether it be the Saints, whether it be the Rams or the Chiefs, you better come down on them and pressure them. You better at least take the fight to them and say, look, I'm going to make you beat me over the top. Yeah. I'm not just going to let you just bludgeon me first down after first down after first down, run one coverage, and just play a passive style. This team played a very aggressive style last night, and on top of it, they have the personnel in order to do it. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But there's so much passive vanilla defense that's being played right now, and teams are just taking it apart.
Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith definitely seem to control that game.
There's linebacker play in the NFL, we've been saying for a while now, is critical. Why? Because every team is attacking between the numbers. Every team is attacking on the second level. those guys can nullify all that stuff in a hurry. They can nullify because look at Leighton. Leighton's as big as the tight ends are, and he's as fast as those guys are. And Jalen Smith, look, he was dropping the absolute hammer on people last night.
To Stephen A's point, though, I wonder if this team's going to be a little bit shook.
The Saints?
Mm-hmm. Especially after that first half, like they hadn't experienced anything like this, and it all came crashing down.
They could be on the offensive side, and I'm telling you what, a lot of what is happening there is because Drew is brilliant, and they protected him, and Sean is a brilliant play caller and designer. But when I'm telling you, when you have teams like this that don't have a lot of perimeter team speed, you have to absolutely suffocate them, which means if you play off and play passive, there's a reason why Michael Thomas and Drew Brees have this ridiculous completion percentage. Teams don't challenge Michael. And then when they do, he's so big and physical. Remember the Rams game? Remember how he threw Marcus Peters around?
Yeah.
He couldn't do that last night to Byron Jones. And all of a sudden now they're going, whoa, wait a minute. You mean you're kind of matching us, blow for blow here? It kind of takes them out of their rhythm.
That's what I noticed, the physicality of the Dallas Cowboys from their linebackers and as well as their secondary. I was shocked at how it seemed to make New Orleans wilt beneath the pressure.
That's right.
And to be honest with you, it also made Sean Payton think twice about a couple of things. There's a couple of challenges that he obviously used up. Late in the game when Cole Beasley got that first down, that wasn't a first down. His knee was down way before that first down. But nevertheless, he still got it because they couldn't challenge it because they had used it up.
Stephen A.
Play. Well, you're giving the ball to Kamara. You're ignoring Ingram on a lot of different situations. One time you took the ball out of Drew Brees' hands and tried to run the ball on a 4th and 2 instead of giving it to Drew Brees to let him do it, which I was shocked by as well. So those are the kind of things I noticed.
Stephen A., how about DeMarcus Lawrence doing all the chirping, letting the offensive line know I'm coming for you, and then he came for him.
Yes, he did.
The game within the game is a critical component of this. And they let them know, watch, from snap one, we're doing exactly what I said. We're going to punch you right in the mouth.